What's up, brother? How are you? Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, then it has like the change thing down below it. Half the time the change number actually went in. Okay, so it was different. So
I gotta bring a different shirt.
doesn't stream in Arizona, does it? Alright,
I'm the only one there. Alright, can you guys hear me in the back? Everybody hear me in the back? No. George? Ray? No. Oh, no.
I thought he said who was what?
Let's do quiet fingers. Quiet fingers. Let's do quiet fingers. Quiet fingers. Okay. I can't believe you guys did that, man. I can't even believe that happened.
Well, welcome back to Series 33, Prophetic Manhood. I'm just gonna do this real quick, turn it over to James, but we are on session volume 2. We don't have the books, obviously, but we're gonna run it anyways. And then we got a couple of books that will get the discussion and get through this class, and then the books will be here by next week. I could just a couple of things if I could. This Monday night, Brother Ty is going to be bringing us a sermon on what? Spiritual walking with the Spirit. Now, if you know this brother, he walks in the Spirit, and there's nobody I can think of better than to do this. All this happened kind of today. Well, a couple of days ago. He's following what the Lord's telling him finally. But I'm so thankful for Ty and the good word that we're going to get from him. So you don't want to miss that on Monday. The following Monday after that is testimony night. Brother Will is going to be giving his testimony, and we're going to have manicotti, whatever that is.
And who's Will?
Will, sure.
Connie.
Oh.
God's will.
So wow.
So
So don't miss that as well. And lastly, the last thing I want to say, since it's a Friday night, I plan on doing this with our guys on Mondays, and some of you guys are here on Mondays, but I wanted to be very honest and upfront with you guys as far as the way Diamonds in the Rough is moving. Whether you know it or not, you're going to know it. Now, so I'm going to give you something to pray about it, and something to pray about, and I'm going to, and then we'll go from there. But whenever we talk about money, it's so uncomfortable, right? You hardly ever hear, I mean, lately you have been because it's been getting tight, but it's really tight now. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm starting to think, I'm really, praying to the Lord and thinking, man, I'm going to have to find a job because I have bills to pay, right? And I'm here full time. If you guys don't know that, it have been for a while. But when it gets tight like this, my prayers change a little bit. And I ask the Lord, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to work? Because I can. Or do you want me to stay here and serve this community and serve you guys and serve this building and just serve? You know what I mean? Truth is, we need help here. We need help, bro. And trust me when I tell you, I say it with a weight because that's how close we are. We're looking at 3 weeks, possibly 4 weeks before I'm working somewhere else. These things will still go. These things will still go. You know what I mean? Because it's evening time. We'll make sure that happens. But as far as me being here all the time and me making this, it's going to change. Things are going to change, and I know that. I don't want to do that. I want to stay here. But we need help. This means talking to if you believe in this place, right? If you believe in what you're getting fed here, talk to your friends, talk to your business owners, guys. You know what I'm saying? There's a cool ministry that needs help. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't believe it, come see it. A lot of cool stuff happens out of this place. And I'm talking about healings, transformations, reconciliation. Everything that Jesus does for us happens in this place on a different level than church, right? Because here it's more, we're more, I'm not saying they're not real. I'm just saying we keep it real. Right? We do that. We don't sugarcoat anything. We tell how it is. We're there for each other. It's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood. We need each other. But right now, Diamonds in the Rough needs help. You know what I mean? I'm going to do my part. I'm going to approach churches. I'm going to approach our church. I'm approaching you guys right now because you guys are the reason why we keep doing this. I'm not telling you what to do. with giving, but you should be giving to who feeds you. Really not going to tell you where to tithe, but you should be tithing. Whether it's here, whether it's at your church, this is a part of obedience that we hardly talk about. That's in the Bible. It's the only place that the Lord says, test me. You see what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that we should do, we at some point, we gotta get more involved with the tithing faith. This is a big deal, right? It's an understanding that everything we have belongs to God anyways, and He's given it to you. It came from Him to you, however you got it. Your boss might have handed you a check, but guess who gave the boss that money, right? Which ended up in your pocket in your bank account. We got to start tithing. It's a part of obedience. We have to do that, right? We have to do that. That's what builds up the body of church. That's what helps us do things. That's what helps your church, wherever it's at, do what they do. The missions, the little things that everybody does behind the scenes to make the church go. The same happens here. So for the tithing things, I want you to pray on that. I'm not asking you for tithes. I'm saying pray about where God wants you to tithe. And then do that. Right? Here, you can just give donations. If we got guys that tithe here, God put it on their heart, tithe. They tithe. You know what I'm saying? It's something it's that uncomfortable thing that we all are going to have to explore and figure out. We all should be giving because your money is not yours. Your life is not yours, whether you believe that or not. And He's only asking for 10%. That's it. 10%. That's $10 out of every 100. Right? You see what I'm saying? So I just stood up here and I was very honest with you guys. I'm gonna do it with our money nights and everybody else that will listen because we need help. Right now we look like a bunch of consumers. We look like guys that love to come and get fed and hang out and it's cool. There ain't nobody reaching in and saying, I'm gonna give to that. That's what it looks like. If I'm honest, hate me if you want to, you can leave if you want to, it's fine. I have to tell the truth. And I know because I was that for a long time. This brother right here used to tell me to tithe, for probably 8 years, 7 years. Now, I've only been tithing for a couple years now. But I would hear it and it would burn. And I was, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I'm not giving up 10% until the Lord got a hold of me and said, listen, that's not yours, it's mine. And then He says, test me. I tested him and came back. Mm-hmm. It comes back every single time. Like this is a no-brainer, bros. Yeah. Like don't make no mistake about it. Like you give back to the Lord and you do it with a good heart, He's gonna make it. He's gonna multiply that for you in some type of way. Or He wouldn't say, "Test me." Right. On this.
It increases too because you tithe 10%. 10% eventually becomes 100%. Only giving 10% of that grows.
It does grow. It does. So now that I've said all that, hopefully you guys are not offended. I hope that you are offended. It should be offensive. You know what I mean? Yeah. This has to be obedience. This is a part of obedience we have to do.
Yeah.
Give up the Lord for what is His. Right? I know it sounds funny because we're in need, and I'm talking about this. I'm aware of that. You know what I mean? But there's no better time than right now because it's needed. If I don't say something and then a month passes by and nobody's giving still, this is not just you guys. This is everybody in the county, starting with you guys because I have you in front of me. But everybody's going to hear it in the next couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying?
I've always seen it come back. I've always seen it come back.
Yeah, me too. I'm a huge believer in that, but we don't teach it enough. We don't talk about it enough. And I'm sorry that we're waiting until times are tight to talk about this. But God told me, talk about this. You guys are big on obedience. How come nobody's talking about this? Let's talk about it and let's get uncomfortable and let's get creeped out by it like I do whenever we talk about money. But we're talking about it anyways. All right, Lord, I heard you. I'm going to send it. Work on their hearts, Lord. And I pray that my brothers get obedient in the giving phase. You know what I mean? In the helping phase. So the quickest thing that we have coming up, right? There's a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to name them all now, but Diamonds in the Rough is trying to do a lot of stuff. As much as God will allow us to do. The next small thing that we have coming up is a testimony night. It's gonna cost at least, it's gonna cost us a couple of $100. This is not something where we're gonna pass out lists and say, you know what I mean? It's just manicotti that Tim's gonna do. And I gotta get money to him so he can buy all the stuff,
We'll
which
make
is
it
probably a couple $100, right?
We'll make it happen.
And then salad
No matter
and
what.
what's the other one?
Garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
Don't need dressing. Too.
So on Monday, I'll have a sign-up sheet for some of that stuff. If you guys can pick something up on that, please do. The little things count, bro. Like, I'm tired of everybody just thinking that we're balling. We're not. We're believing in the Lord. He's going to provide to the very end. That's where we're at right now. I know because I'm tripping like, Lord, I can work, because I got bills in my house. I got to pay my rent. I might do a full-time ministry. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot for me. So what do? Reach out to the Lord and reach out to my brothers. Because that's what we do. And then I'll leave it up to you guys in your own relationship and walks with the Lord. And, you know what I mean? Check your own heart and your obedience level. How far are we actually being? Are we just saying it? Like James says all the time. Are we just talking the talk? Or are we going to actually put something behind it? We're all about that here if you haven't figured that out. But anyway, so all that's going down. I'm glad I got to share that with you guys. If you want to know more, come talk to me. Come talk to me. We have, diamondsintherough.org. You can go on there. There's 2 buttons. Applos will take your credit card, and PayPal will take your debit. And there's also a little tiny wooden box out here by the door, and everybody walks by all the time. It's there for a reason. You're supposed to look at that and say, maybe I should give. And it says donation on it. Drop something in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to thinking about this. Like, a cup of coffee costs $5. I'm part of the problem here. Right? And sometimes I do 2 in a day. If I just cut 1 out, that's $150 a month I'm dropping in that box by just sacrificing 1 cup of coffee for me. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can make small adjustments that we can be able to give, man.
It doesn't matter the amount either, it's the motive of the heart. God multiplies, right?
Right. If we got everybody donating, $50 a piece a month, we'd be good. We'll be closer to our goals, and you know what I'm saying? It would cover our expenses, our little, these little snacks and stuff that believe it or not, cost money every time we do this. And here's the thing. So to give you the good backstory, the real backstory, we've doubled in size here. Those of us that have been here for a while, we've literally exploded and doubled in size. But the donations have stayed the same, even a little bit less. So if you do the math, we get bigger, everything goes double, you know what I mean? So everything stays the same here. And probably because we don't talk enough about money here. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand that it all belongs to the Lord.
You can give me soup. So.
As long as you guys just do something happy, bro.
No.
Well, it's that, but then it's also knowing the full context of the ministry. That this isn't all of the ministry. This is only a certain part of the ministry. The other part of it is 11-month program for recovery that we're still working into. That the Lord is, blossoming. So it's much more than just this. This is a part of it. Like even going through Series 33, that's part of the curriculum for the 11-month recovery that we have. So along with on, Monday night, the fundamentals of the faith, that's another portion.
Which one is that?
That's yours. Come on, dog.
That one's right there.
Wow.
Not me.
Wow.
Never mind. I really should have tweaked that.
So just, it's just a lot bigger than just, a couple of us meeting, Mondays and on Saturday and Friday, so it's even much more that we want to invest into our community and county. So it's way bigger than just this that the Lord has put on our hearts to serve.
It's huge. But right now, our immediate needs is the day center. You know what I'm saying? But he's right. We do have those bigger aspirations and dreams and goals that we'll reach eventually, I think. But for right now, we're trying to keep this place open, keep the lights turned on.
In the summertime, if I had a couple guys that wanted to donate their time, I would donate the money for the day, and we could go around and mow lawns for a whole day and just give the money to the ministry. As long as I don't have to.
Okay, we'll make it happen, brother. Make it happen.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. Make it happen. If If you could, George, I'll really appreciate that. Everything
Give me a
counts.
date, we'll get a sign up.
And that's the other thing. If you got an idea, like he just said, that could possibly make some money, you know what I'm saying? And it's within reason, let's do it. Let's hear it.
Works in my house.
You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of beautiful minds in here, man. You know, some of us know how to make some money, man. The right way. You know what I mean?
Is that right?
Don't go off. Wow. Don't do nothing crazy. That's counterproductive. Wow. Anyways, what's up, Mark?
I give my cans, leave them out. Why don't we, every time we come to class, bring up whatever cans we have, there's a little bit of help.
That's fine. I mean, if somebody can facilitate that, that's fine.
Well, like a day with a dump trailer and go around, a group of guys going around asking for whatever.
Hey, bro. Hey,
I got a big dump trailer.
that's not entirely out of the question.
Mugly has a lot
We're taking from the homeless.
Right now, we just give them the bottle drop.
Great ideas, you guys. Let's make it happen.
Building on that, the Boy Scout Troop 30 and the Girls Troop 4030 in Toledo funds their entire yearly operation through that cam shed that they have out there by GP. They never have to do any